What's good? It's your man, Red Wisdom, back at you with another dope video. So like I said, man, I'm in the field. I'm live with the game that I'm giving y'all. And just earlier, I was talking about Big D energy and how you got to approach women with confidence, charisma, conversation, charm, and character. Like, you need those things to get women's attention nowadays, because there's a lot of choosy Susies out here. A lot of confused women that are always all over the place, making multiple plans, and you never know what lies below the surface. Because there's an old school quote that says, still waters run deep. And today's topic is going to build on top of my last video. When I was telling you, about Big D energy, and you have to create opportunities, and that when a woman gives you an opportunity for you to put your bid in, you do that. But the thing is that you're not going to win every time. You're not going to get her into the bedroom every time. Doesn't work like that. So this video is, all about you win some and you lose some. Like, the ebb and flow in dating is to cop and to blow. And copping and blowing is just, these are old school PI street terms that describe the process of the dating game. You're going to cop women. You're going to get women that come into your orbit, that really come into your rotation, that are a part of your team. Women who you're seeing consistently, that you may be having sex with consistently, but then inevitably they're gonna blow you. And it's not actually giving you a blowjob or anything sexual. Blow in the game is that these women, they abandon you. They go to some other dude, or they just leave you hanging. Like, that's just life. That's just dating. Like, you never know what a woman is going to do. Women are really unpredictable. Like, I'm going to do a heavy video on this, but like, a man's weakness is a woman, but a woman's weakness is herself. Like, women are like the most illogical, irrational creatures out there. And probably thank God for that, because if like a woman had like a man's logic, a man's reasoning, and a man's way of thinking, like, they would destroy us all, along with having a man's strength. Like, a woman's weakness is herself. It's her physical, inabilities, and it's also like her emotional inabilities. Like, that's what stops women from like taking over this world, is like, it's themselves. But like I said, that's a video for another day. Today's topic is all about you win some and you lose some. So in the previous video, I was talking about Big D energy and how I'm out now in Puerto Rico, just having fun, having a good time, not attaching myself to anything, anybody, or just anything in general. I just went out. I'm having a good time. I'm meeting people. I happened to meet an attractive woman who seemed to be feeling my energy. And she basically allowed me to put my bid in and requested that we link up this night and dance the night away. So let me recap the date. I literally just got back. And so you would say, like, potentially on paper, I would have lost, because she didn't come back to the apartment with me. I didn't go to her apartment. I didn't get to the cheeks, none of that stuff. But I would say I still had a fairly good time. And this is what kind of the topic is about. It's like, winning and losing is really relative. And like, as long as you shoot your shot, as long as you do what you're supposed to do, you're winning. Like, I would have took an L if I wouldn't have gone out with this woman, if I wouldn't have approached her, if I wouldn't have, put my bid in, if I wouldn't have given her that Big D energy. That would have been a loss. I took my shot. And the matter of the fact is that you're not going to bag every woman you meet. Like, to think that you're just gonna get women to fall head over heels over you and bend over instantaneously, like that just doesn't happen. Like I said, we're not all Drake, we're not all celebrities, and even they have to deal with female BS too. So no man is immune to female, I wouldn't say insecurity, but it's just female indecisiveness. Every man has to deal with that. And so just to recap this date, yeah, we were supposed to meet up at a plaza. Like there's a plaza here in San Juan called La Placita. It's a place where locals and foreigners meet up, dance, drink, you name it. And yeah, we were supposed to meet up, go out, get something to eat, and dance the night away. Did that happen like that? Not necessarily. But I told her, hey, we're going to meet up at 9 at this spot. Meet me here. And she did. And then we went and we got drinks and got some food. And it was a really interesting conversation, getting to know her. She revealed a lot about herself. How, she had 2 kids, which is not a deal breaker. It's a yellow flag. Divorced. First time traveling out the country by herself. And that she's just trying to figure things out. And so when you're out with these women, man, like you gotta ask questions. Ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers. That's another video too. But you gotta decipher what's really going on in these women's minds. I'm trying to think of this fella's name right now, because like whenever I get something from somebody, I want to attribute it. It's his brother called Marquette Devon Burton, the Saint in the Center, and he always talks about Dr. Philin women. Got to give this brother credit, because what he said is 100% true. Like when you're out on these dates with these women, you have to diagnose them. You got to ask questions. You got to see where their head is at. And when I was asking her these questions, like it was a really good conversation. Like this was a very successful date. Like just because I didn't smash doesn't mean anything. But the reason I know I went for the gusto, it's like, hey, I'm here in another country. I'm in Puerto Rico. Like I'll never see you again. A 99% chance I'll never see this woman again. Even if I did smash. She lives in a different state than I do in the U.S. Like we'd never see each other again. So like you go for broke in these situations. Like when you're traveling and you meet women, you go for broke. Ain't trying to be no damn friend to nobody that you'll never see again. Like that's fucking stupid. Like go for it. Like context is king. Another video. You have to read these scenarios. But it's like, hey, I'm traveling. I know she's going to be leaving in 2 days. This is probably my only chance to seal the deal. I had to go for it. You win some, you lose some. It's still a win. It's because I went for it. But anyways, we had a good, hour conversation, eating good food. The food was dope. It was really good. Glad I had some good food. Had a couple brews. Then we walked around, went to this little local joint that had some salsa. And we were just enjoying the vibe. And I could tell she was nervous, a little nervous, out of her comfort zone. So I was like, hey, you want to dance? And she didn't really say she wanted to dance. I was also convenient that the band that was playing, kind of left after we got there. So we only heard 2 or 3 songs. So not a lot of dancing. And for you fellas out here, dancing is key. You got to know how to dance. Dancing, like I said, is a precursor to the bedroom oftentimes. But I felt like overall, like the conversation was good. Very, very good eye contact. A lot of good energy. I initiated the touch. She didn't reject that. But I guess it was kind of a yellow flag that she didn't, reciprocate that. Because like women who are in the process of escalating a date will reciprocate with a lot of stuff that you do. Like as the man, typically you want to initiate, you want to break the touch barrier. Like this isn't some PUA goofy stuff. It's just the process. It's like great eye contact. You get used to touching each other. Then you might have a good kiss in. You start rubbing on each other. She starts feeling a little something or a lot of something, something. And then you know you're in there. There's a process. Like, you have to know how to escalate a date. You have to know how to escalate. You have to get a woman comfortable with going the next best step. Because a woman who are attracted to you, they know you want to smash. They know you want to smash. Women ain't dumb, and oftentimes they want to smash too. But it's up to you as the man to take them on that journey. Oh my God, he swept me off my feet. I had no clue. I just winded up butt-ass naked in the bed with him. She knew she wanted to give you the ass. She knew she wanted you to clap those cheeks. But she's just not going to let you get it. Like, that's just not what women do. Women aren't like dudes. Women ain't just going to just instantaneously give it to you. You know, unless you're Drake or a celebrity or something like that. Like, they're going to want you to, you know, take them on a ride, take them on a journey. That's why you have to shoot your shot. And so I would say the first yellow flag that popped up was that when we were at that salsa bar, she was talking about like some friends that were supposed to come and meet her. And I'm like, oh shit. Not one of these. Not one of these backup Beckys. These backup Beckys, man. A backup Becky is a woman who's insecure and who's not confident in her decision making. And so what backup Beckys do, just like choosy Susies, they'll juggle dicks. And they'll coordinate multiple dates or multiple plans in the same night. Just to ensure that something happens in their favor. I hate this shit. But it happens all the time, and like it's a major yellow flag. Because when a backup Becky shows her cards and lets you know that she isn't confident or isn't comfortable leaving with you. And why is that? Well, it's because she had a backup plan. She had another group of people. I had no clue who these people were. I don't know if it was another dude, which is the worst, or if it was another woman, or if it was another couple, whatever. Either way, the fact that she was coordinating multiple meetups at the same time should have let me know, or it revealed itself, that there wasn't the possibility in her mind that she would be going home with me after. I mean, why would she try to go home with me if she's coordinating multiple plans and multiple people? The good thing is that I showed up. I did my part. Her friends that she met flaked, didn't show up, and whatnot. But I was there. I did my job. I participated. It is what it is. And so, you know, long story short, after we went to the salsa club and like that kind of wrapped up, we got some beers and then we started walking around one more time. And I could kind of see a little trepidation in her eyes. It's like, okay, what's going to happen next? Because she also revealed to me that, hey, she has to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to do a hike. And I was flirting with her. I'm like, okay, well, hey, you know, you might just have to wake up real tired before your hike. And she knew what I was talking about. Like, women aren't dumb. And she's like, well, you know, I have to get this hike. You know, I can't be too tired. I have to be focused. And essentially, after we crushed those past two beers, I'm like, hey, you know, I put in my final bid. I'm like, hey, your place or my place? And she started looking me in the eyes, and she's just like, oh, so that's how it's going to be? I'm like, yeah. Never back down. She was testing me right there. I'm like, yeah, never back down. Never back down. Well, she's like, well, I have to go back to my place. I have to get my rest. I don't know if that's going to happen. But she's like, if you want to find that tonight, you can go out and find that. You can find somebody to take home. I'm like, cool. I may or may not. But instead of wasting my time, I'm like, I'm in another country. I'm not going to walk around this place solo dolo looking desperate. I just pulled out my phone. I'm like, Uber, come get me. I'm only 5 minutes away from where I'm staying. Come get me, Uber. Click purchase. And Uber came and scooped me up. And then, right before I left, she looked me in my eye, gave me a little flirty look. And she's like, hey, well, text me tomorrow. Really? Oh, these women, man, be so confused out here. Like, why? Choosy Susie's, backup Becky's. If you're really feeling the dude, give him a shot. You want it just as bad as we do. And this isn't a sign of desperation, but it's just like, it's confusing. It's honestly, like, it's really confusing. Like, it makes the dating game so hard. Like, a lot of women be talking about dudes and, like, the bullshit that they do. But, like, this is the junk that women do. Like, why would you say, hey, I want to go out, I want to kick it, I want to do X, Y, and Z, but then you create all this backup plans with other people? Like, you're self-sabotaging. Like, you're hurting yourself more than you're hurting anybody else. Oh, and I forgot to mention, while also doing my Dr. Phil diagnosis, found out, had multiple kids, divorced, dated some dude who was a pastor who was completely incompatible. Now she's kind of letting loose. Her first solo trip in Puerto Rico. Like, there was just a lot of signs. But like I said, you go for broke in these situations. I had nothing else to do tonight. I could have recorded more YouTube videos. Could have read a book. Could have gone out solo. I could have done anything. But I was like, hey, this is my best option. She's attractive. I had nothing to lose. You win some, you lose some. Even though I didn't get the hit like I wanted to, I still, came out on top because I did what I was supposed to do. And so, like I said, it's interesting. Will I text her tomorrow? Maybe, maybe not. Won't hurt. It's not going to cost me anything except 5 seconds and 0 brain power. But I just want to give you all this video because, like, this is the real life experience of somebody who's even very, very seasoned in this game, in this dating game, in this life game, in this business game. You don't win 100% of the time. It's impossible. There's a million reasons why a woman will sleep with you. There's also a million reasons why she won't sleep with you. But hey, it won't happen if you don't try. You gotta shoot your shot. You win some, you lose some. But like, you never really lose in general. Because every situation's different. Tomorrow I can meet another woman at a bar, at a restaurant. And then go out with her. And have multiple rounds that night. You never know. But the one thing I do know is that if you don't try, you'll never figure out. And who knows? Maybe she was just testing me this night. Women do that stuff. Women play games. They always try to test men to see where their head's at. And to see if this guy really had the courage to go for it. And maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll be rewarded for it. Don't know. Don't care. But that's happened to me. There's been women I've put my bid in with. I shot my shot. Got blocked. It missed. But then I came around again. And I scored. Or she came to me. And I scored. You never know. You never know. So Yeah, that's the game for today. Oh, there was multiple videos recorded today. Like I said, it's a real life story. But you win some, you lose some. You're not going to get every woman all the time. It's just like that. So, with that being in mind, give me your feedback. Let me know what you think about this. Have you fellas been through similar situations? Have you dealt with these backup Beckys that be planning multiple dates at the same time? Have you gotten rejected? Of course you have. But how did that happen? How did you bounce back? And then when you went for the second or third time, did you get it? Yes or no? So with that being said, hope you got value out this video. Give me your feedback in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And until next time, peace.